So what's so special with learning Rambam this cycle? We just started learning Rambam on Friday. This is the 40th cycle. And today we actually, those who are learning the 3 parakim a day, today we actually started the actual first halachas of Rambam. What's interesting is, the learning of Rambam, the first letter of Rambam is the letter Mem. In the actual halachas, because the introduction, he opens with the word Yesod HaYesodis, but the introduction to it, and before every sefer, the Rambam has a pasuk. Before Sefer Mada, which is the first sefer, the Rambam opens with the pasuk Meshoich, which starts with a Mem, Meshoich Chastecha. And the conclusion of the whole sefer of Rambam is with the pasuk Kamayim Layam Machasim, which is again a Mem. The difference is, the first Mem is an open Mem, from the word Meshoich, it's open Mem. The other one is a closed Mem, because we know there are 2 Mems. And when we say the word Mem, we say both Mems. An open Mem and a closed Mem. Now, this year is the 40th year of the 40th cycle of learning Rambam, 40 years since the Rebbe instituted it. So the number 40 is very significant. Now, what's very interesting is that the process of Geula is associated with these 2 Mems, a certain rectification that needs to happen in the Mem. And really, it's all about attaching the 2 Mems. So let's first see, what is the significance of an open Mem and a closed Mem? The Gemara says the open Mem represents Maimer Pasuach. It's called a speech that is open. The closed Mem is called Maimer Sasam, speech that is closed. So Chassidus explains, the open Mem represents the revealed Torah, and the closed Mem represents the concealed Torah. Now, the revealed Torah, because it's revealed, because it's exposed, it's possible for it to be corrupted. As we know, sometimes a person can learn Torah, and the Torah can become Sam Hamavis, can become poison. For not Chas v'Shalom that the Torah is bad, but it can have a negative impact on the learner if they're learning for the wrong reasons. The secrets of the Torah prevent that from happening. The secrets of the Torah are not corruptible, because it's a closed circuit, and the klippas, the chitzonim, the external powers, are not able to get to it. That's why, when one learns the revealed Torah, you also have to learn the concealed Torah along with it. That is the reason why Torah begins both, in Rambam we just saw, but in preceding the Rambam, in Mishnah Torah, in Mishnayis, Mishnah, the original Mishnah, Mishnayis also begins with an open Mem, the word Me'emasai Koyer Neshama Ba'arvis, and it ends with a closed Mem, Sechtes Uktzin, the last Mishnah, Hashem Yavarech Es Ami Bashaloim, a Mem. And the idea behind it is to connect the Maimer Pasuach, the open Mem, to the Maimer Sasam, to the closed Mem, to join them, to fuse them together. And we also know an interesting thing. When did we start learning Rambam, or when did we make the Siyam? We made the Siyam on Shavasa B'Tammuz. Shavasa B'Tammuz is the day that the walls of Yerushalayim were breached. Now, the breaching of the walls of Yerushalayim is associated with a breach in the Mem, the open Mem. Of course, in Sefer Nehemiah, there is a pasuk talking about when Nehemiah went to scan the walls, went to see Yerushalayim. It says he saw devastation. He saw the walls breached. He says, Choymas Yerushalayim asher heim prutzim. The word Mem, the word heim, with the Mem at the end, is supposed to be closed, but yet that Mem is broken. It's the only time in Tanakh where there is a open Mem at the end of a word. And Mefarshim say, because the Mem represents the walls, since the walls were breached, it's indicated in this open Mem when it's supposed to be a closed Mem. Now there's another pasuk which represents the days of Mashiach. It says in Yeshaya, Lamar B'Hamisra, that there's going to be a great governorship of Mashiach. Mashiach's kingship and governorship is going to be super powerful. The word Lamarbe, which means increased Malchus of Beis David, of Mashiach, it says the word Marbe is a closed Mem, the Mem of Marbe. The time of Golus, the Malchus Beis David is locked, it's closed. So earlier we have a situation, in Golus we have 2 problems. The Mem that should be closed, which are the walls of Yerushalayim, is broken open, is breached, but the other Mem, the closed Mem, is closed, and it needs to be open. So when Mashiach will come, the opposites are going to happen. In the pasuk, when we're going to close the walls of Jerusalem, Asher Heim Perutzim, the Mem is going to close. When from the word Asher Heim Perutzim, And in the Torah, Lamar Bahamisra, the pasuk, that mem is going to open up, because there's going to be a gilui, a revelation of Mashiach's kingdom, and the nister, the Torah, the secrets of the Torah are going to be revealed. Again, attaching the two men. Just like when a baby is born, the stomach, which is open, closes. The mouth, which is closed, opens. The connection of the two mems. By learning Rambam, the 40th time, and learning in our Shavasa B'Tammuz, when we started the 40th cycle, this is a tikkun on the two mems. It's also Tafshin Pei, which Pei is 82 mems together. Let's fix the mems and we will have Mashiach.